What did Clark Kent represent? Well, he represented the alter ego of Superman, the man who fought for truth, justice, and the American way by leaping tall buildings in a single bound. But it wasn't lost on me as a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old that this counterpart, Clark Kent, also did good. I mention Clark Kent from time to time in my public speeches because I think there's an irony. The irony is that today the American public tends to view the press as less ethical and sleazier and more partisan, and I think that's a shame, because in fact today the standards in America's news organizations, especially America's newspaper organizations and websites, have never been higher. We've never been more careful in the use of anonymous sources. Anonymous sources we've cut by 80% year to year. You know, we don't accept freebies, we don't accept free admission. None of our reporters are allowed to, frankly, express a political opinion in public. No bumper stickers, no yard signs, no activities that are political or advocacy related in any way. A lot of interesting things have happened in the last 30, 35 years. Every major institution, Supreme Court, the armed forces, the president, Congress, everybody has a lower approval rating than ever before. I think that affects the perception of the quality of the work we do. I, for one, would love to see investigative reporting be the #1 traffic draw all over this country. You know, if a website did investigative reporting, that suddenly the numbers from visitors would go through the roof, and that would be ideal. That would mean that every news organization would invest more money in investigative reporting. But what we've also found is that people want video, and they want music, and they want more interactive opportunities, and so the key is not to dilute your journalism and not to lose sight of your standards. But if you give the public what it's asking for, you're better able to afford quality journalism. The definition of journalism, to me, is simply the gathering of information to be shared with third parties. You know, I would suppose that information would need to be current, would have to be newsworthy, arguably, to be journalism. I love the fact that there are all kinds of citizen journalists and all kinds of people blogging on important issues in American society. If you believe in the First Amendment, you have to love that. What I don't buy is that citizen journalism is somehow superior to professional journalism. That's nonsense. If you pay people to work 40 hours a week to report on what the mayor is doing, to suggest that somehow is inferior to somebody who attends one city council meeting a week and expresses opinions, that's silly. I get frustrated when I see the American public react to news media and say, you know, they're all right-wing or they're all left-wing. No, hey, excuse me, there are a lot of us right there in the middle trying very hard to get it right. And we don't belong to that club and we don't belong to that club, and probably best not to bundle us with those folks. I think newspapers will be around for a long time to come. I think websites will continue to thrive, but they will be fighting over this increasingly fighting over a fragmented audience. It's going to be hard to grow in the future, and I think that's by and large going to be the story of journalism. A lot of people competing for a very small piece of the pie. I'll just give you this pitch for newspapers. If newspapers did not exist, if they were invented today, boy, have I got a product you've got to see. Here it is. It's called a newspaper. Here's how it works. Right now you go on the web and you spend hours searching for news and information that matters to you. We've hired 100 people to do that. I know you worry about your kids seeing things they shouldn't see on the web. We've got that taken care of. No adult content in this at all. It's totally portable. Requires no electricity whatsoever. When you get on the airplane and they tell everybody to shut off their electronic devices, you open this up and continue to get the information. No annoying pop-up ads between pages 3 and 4, and guaranteed to be virus-free. We will deliver this to your home every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning for about 50 cents a day, about half what you would tip a pizza delivery guy. It is the information invention of the century, and it truly has been the information invention of the past 300 years. There's a reason newspapers have lasted so long. It's because they serve the public so well, and it's about time we remembered that. I think newspapers are here to stay until someone can come up with an electronic device that replicates the newspaper experience without cutting down trees. The paper has never mattered. The integrity is the key.